What's up, YouTube? It's me again, Tanae, back with another video. And if you read the title, you know what's good. So this video is about getting a uncontested divorce in Cobb County, Georgia. It's probably the same process throughout each state, or at least each county in Georgia, but I'm going to speak specifically in reference to Cobb County because that's where I just did my divorce. I know when I did my divorce, I was like, what the hell? Like, I didn't understand any of the questions on the paperwork. I didn't know what paperwork I was supposed to have. I think I was really just overthinking it. So I just want to go through, excuse me. I just want to go through and talk about my experience, talk about the paperwork. Now, let me say this. Your girl is not a lawyer just yet. I definitely plan on becoming one, but I am not a lawyer. So if my video is not simple enough for you, or if your situation is more complicated than mine, get a lawyer. Get a free lawyer. I know in Cobb, they do have those, I forgot what they're called, but the free lawyers, just Google it. And they will definitely help with a divorce. Then they also have like the cheap divorces and stuff. I just didn't see why I would pay for the cheap divorces. I think they were around like $400 or $500 when my situation isn't complicated. I don't really need to do that. So I chose not to do that. So I'm just going to break it down step by step. First, I'm going to go through the paperwork with you guys. And then I'm going to go through my experience once I went to file for divorce. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm going to be looking down because I have my iPad right here. I am going to try to upload like a snippet of what I'm scrolling through, but I'm not that advanced. So y'all bear with me. I'm trying to get that advanced, but, and I also want to say, you know, I'm being really open about my divorce. There's no turmoil. I'm not mad at the person that I got a divorce from. I mean, I was at one point, but I just got over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm a bomb-ass person, amazing personality, and it took a lot of people to hype me up for me to realize this. You know, I'm a sweet person. I deserve better than what that person can give me, and it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no hatred over here on my end. You know, he's moved on. He has a girlfriend who's pregnant. Don't really know, but supposedly the girl is pregnant. I really don't care. Like, congratulations to them. I'm really good over here. I'm happy. I'm kind of dating someone, so we're going to see how that goes. But there's no turmoil. I mean, really, I was going to get a divorce anyways, because you don't need to be divorced to someone who's expecting a child with someone else. It's weird. So I was going to get a divorce anyways, but what went ahead and pushed me is that I'm in the process of purchasing a home. And my realtor, whatever they're called, they gave me a bunch of requirements that I had to have completed before I close on my home. And one of those is my divorce. Unless, you know, I want his name to go on the house. I'm not going to do that. You have a baby with someone else. Y'all not going to take my house. So just to be on the good side, I was like, let me go file for my divorce. They said I at least have to be filed by the time I close. It doesn't have to be finalized because it probably won't be finalized. But I went ahead and filed. He did come there with me. So it was like, you know, it was good. I wouldn't say, I'm not bitter or anything like that, but I'm just straight to the point at this point. Like, all my feelings are gone. So it's not like how it was. Like, I just had to be straight to the point. Like, you know, let me fix this braid. You know, like, we ain't really got nothing to talk about. You know, there's no feelings left, like, at all. And I'm a Virgo, and it takes a lot for me to lose feelings. But once I lose them, they're gone. So my feelings are officially gone. I'm ready to move forward with my life. I'm about to buy my house. Like I said, I'm dating someone. I'm about to go through this weight loss journey. Like, life is really good for me. And you know, it's just time to move on. It's nothing personal. Well, it is everything personal for me, for my growth. And I don't care what nobody say. You know, some people gonna try to say, oh, you know how people are. They might try to talk down on you. Oh, he divorced you. I divorced him. But whatever. He divorced you, y'all broke up, blah, 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 blah. You know how people try to make you seem less, make your worth seem less because you went through a divorce. I don't give a damn about none of that, baby. I'm still popping 24/7. Gonna always be popping. I've been that girl and gonna stay that girl. You know, I did go through a couple rough patches in my life, which is how I ended up in this marriage. But that's how you learn. That's how you live and you learn. So, yeah. So, the first thing I'm about to do is go through this paperwork. So, this is the very first thing that you need to do in any state. And I'm sorry if y'all hear background noise. My neighbor's having a party. Super ratchet. Can't stand them. Anyways, I'll be gone soon. But, so the very first thing you need to do is Google divorce, your county and the divorce forms. So for my case, I Googled Cobb County divorce forms. So let me show y'all. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see that. Ooh, you can see the reflection. You probably can't see that, but I'm gonna try to, like I said, upload a little snippet somewhere. So you need to do that. So when you get to Google, it's gonna be like a bunch of little different stuff about like LegalZoom and all those like cheap divorce lawyers and stuff. Just skip over that, go down to cobbcounty.org. You're gonna see Superior Court Forms, Cobb County, Georgia, and you want to click on that. So when you click on that, and I'm going to try to show this again, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the little video thing, because I ain't really practiced it yet. But when you click on it, try not to show the, okay, there we go. So when you click on it, you're going to see a bunch of forms, family law, general forms, and then you see divorce with children and divorce without children. I'm sorry, it's backwards, y'all. But in my case, we do not have any mutual children. So mine was divorced without children. And so divorce without children. Oh, oops, sorry. So divorce without children is going to be a bunch of different stuff that pops up. It's each document, trying to show y'all, that is each document that's inside this entire packet. So this is an entire packet. All these PDFs in this entire packet. But Cobb County made it simple and they broke it down, which is amazing because you might not need every page. This is considered uncontested. Well, the one I did was considered uncontested. But I do believe they have like the contested forms in here too. So what you have to do, let me show you guys, is what you need to do is on here. Once you click, so, oops, sorry, let me go back. So you want to click the first one, which is divorce without children full document. You want to click on that one. It's going to open up a PDF. And this PDF is the instructions for filing a divorce without children. And I'm going, without minor children. And I'm going to keep it real with y'all, like for real, for real. I did not read this. I promise y'all, I was like going through this, like, what paperwork do I need? I literally printed all the pages, and it's 63 pages. And I printed it like 3 times because I kept messing up. Before I read the packet, like just read. Reading is fundamental. But if you like me and you don't like reading, that's why I'm doing this video. So before I read the packet, my dumb ass sitting up here printing all 63 pages, stressed out like this is hard. I'm going to have to get a lawyer. Steadily putting it off and knowing I needed to do this before I close on my house. So just read the packet. So yeah, in this packet, their instructions is so clear. Just so on the first page, it is forms that is needed to start the divorce. So they have if it's contested. So what would be considered contested is like if y'all have property together, or if y'all haven't came up with a settlement agreement, like you get this property, I get that property, that's contested. It has to, like, the judge is going to decide, I guess, like how everything gets split up. And I think it's also, if you have children together, that's also contested. If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer. I really didn't look it up. But so in my case, like I said, me and him were definitely in a mutual agreement. We're going to get the divorce or whatever. So mine was considered uncontested. We don't have any property together. We don't have any children together. So under here, they have it so clear in Cobb. Now, originally I was going to do my divorce through Douglasville, but then I realized I had to do it in the county that he lived in. So Douglasville didn't have it like this. Cobb has it so clean cut. But on here it says, if this action is uncontested, meaning you have a signed settlement agreement, you must file the following documents with the complaint. So A is the complaint for the divorce, and I have my packet here. I'm going to show y'all. And I'm going to, oh, well, I don't have nothing to block out this person's name. So I'm not going to show y'all. Sorry. So A is the complaint for the divorce. So literally, like I said, keep that Cobb County Superior page up that has each page broken down, because all you have to do is keep both of these pages up. So I have this page up with the PDF, and then I have the page with the Superior Court forms. So the very first thing it says that I needed was the complaint for the divorce. So I went on here and boom, there it is. It's the second one. The first one is instructions. The second one is complaint without divorce. Complaint for divorce without children. Clicked on it, printed. Boom. That was so easy. Filled it out. Literally on here is just both of our names. So that's really, really simple. And then the second one is verification. So same thing, like verification is right there. So that's the second form that you need. And keep it in order. Like, I think I made my process so much easier. Like, my soon-to-be ex-spouse kept saying, this was really simple. I'm like, yeah, nigga, because I did all the work. Yeah, it was simple. It wouldn't have been simple if your ass would have helped while I was stressing going through all this paperwork. But it's Gucci. So, and then so verification, let me see what's on the verification form so I could tell you guys. Oh, and the complaint form, it looks like it's a few pages. Yeah, the complaint form is quite a few pages. It's going to go through like your, and I forgot to mention this as well. So this page goes through like the divorce, divorce grounds, like why are you want to get divorced? In my case, it was adultery. And it's going to go through like the respondent and stuff like that. Now, I did call them because I did communicate with him and let him know I was planning on getting a divorce, because with all the stuff that's going on in the world, you know, I just didn't want the sheriffs walking up on this man and serving him and then something happened to him, and then that'll kind of be on my conscience, because, you know, I'm not in love with him anymore, but I, you know, still have love for him, going to always have love for him. So I decided to reach out to him, let him know that, hey, I'm doing this whole divorce thing, yada, yada, yada. So he came down to the courthouse with me. I did call the courthouse before I got there just to see if he had to be with me. And they said, yes, you know, he has to be with you. So boom, I was like, meet me here at this time. And we went there. So yeah, that's what the first page is about. Just like the divorce grounds, you put his name, your name, or her name, or whoever your spouse's name. And then the second page is called the verification page. So, the verification page is just saying that me, because I was the petitioner, I personally appeared before undersigned notary, and they have notaries there, and I'm going to go through that. Just saying that you know that this is me, everything is true that I'm putting on here, yada, yada, yada. So that's what the verification form is. So then the next form you need is the summons. Like I said, keep everything in order. I did have it in order, but the lady at the court, they're called clerks. She redid everything, but I had it all in order just so it can be easy. But then the summons is, let me pull that up. Let me open that. Flip to it. I know I got it in here. Well, I don't know. It's not in here, but the summons is literally just one page. You put your name, you put the respondent's name, because it's just like summoning them to court or to appear. In my case, he was with me, so I may have not had to do that, but I remember seeing that form. So then the next two forms, which is the domestic relations financial affidavit. So I was like, I don't want to put all my business on here, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to just ask you about like your balance in your bank account, your job, your income, their job, their income, yada, yada, yada. And then the next one is the domestic relations case filing information form. And let me pull that up. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one. But that is the next one. And actually, you can only get that form from the clerk's office. So it's not in the packet. So don't panic like me. When I got there, I didn't have everything I needed. So I had to go upstairs to their library. They have a library to print everything. And I was like, where's this form? I kept going through the form list on the website. I'm like, I don't see this form. And then I was like, read, Shauna, read. And then I read and I was like, oh, yeah, it says clerk's office. So I must have to get that from the clerks, which they do have it. So, and then so after that form, which is the domestic relations case filing information form, which I think is like a really simple form. I think I have a copy of it. You just put your name on it or something. It's something really simple. And yeah, so then the next one is Acknowledgement of Service. I don't remember this. I don't remember the Acknowledgement of Service. Let me see if that's in this packet. And that financial page, I mean, I'm literally still flipping through it. All it is the financial page. The financial information. Yeah, what am I looking? Oh, yeah. So I'm looking for the Acknowledgement of Service, which in my case, I didn't have to do that because he was there with me. It does say on here, you know, I am the respondent in this case, and I hereby acknowledge that I received a copy. So if you have to get your spouse served, then you want to fill this out. Luckily for me, he was there with me, so we didn't have to do that. So then the next thing, and now you got to read, because there is a lot of stuff that says only if applies. So if it does not say that, don't fill it out. Don't print it out. Don't waste your paper. Don't waste time. You know, save the trees. So my dumb ass kept filling stuff out and printing stuff out that I didn't need. But anyways, so that was one thing I didn't need. And then there was, I guess it's called a rule nasi, which is like if you need a hearing immediately on like temporary issues, like who's gonna stay in the house, like let's say your spouse trying to put you out, like who. Like, y'all living together for a little while, like a judge will rule on that, I think. And then there's something else called the Affidavit of Poverty. Yeah, I didn't need that. And then there's a settlement agreement, which is extremely important. That was the one document I did not have, which is why I had to go up to the library, because I did not have the settlement agreement, which apparently is extremely important. And on the settlement agreement, let me go through it. So it's a settlement agreement without minor children. It says this is an agreement between the petitioner and the respondent. The parties are married, are currently separated, and they have no minor children together. The parties want to settle between themselves all questions of alimony, division of property, debts, and all other rights and obligations arising out of their marital relationship. So, like, if y'all had any money together, if y'all want to split it, this is like if you are like y'all are really cordial, y'all have no ifs, ands, or buts, y'all agree on everything. That's what the uncontested one is for. So it worked out really well for me because we ain't have nothing together. Praise the Lord. So all I had to do was it was like really simple. Once I sat down and I read everything, but before that, I was reading this stuff like I didn't understand what it was saying, but it's so simple if you just sit down and read it. So that's just about the paperwork. Now, my experience when I got there, it was amazing. Like, I don't know what's up. In Cobb, like, the security guards was nice to me. Everyone was literally nice to me. It was in the Superior Court, which is the building far in the back. If you're familiar with Marietta Square, if you park around the square, it's the one far in the back. Only time I ever been there is like when some of my homies got in trouble and I showed up to their court dates or something like that. So I had never really been there for that. So when I got in, the security guard was like, "Why you look so happy?" He asked me why I'm so happy. I'm like, "Because I'm getting a divorce." He was like, "You was supposed to be happy." I'm like, "Yes, I'm about to be free. I'm happy." So he showed me where I'm supposed to go. He walked me down there and everything. So it was like super duper cool. Then it was downstairs. So once I got downstairs, I went to the clerk's desk and I told them, "Hey, you know, I'm here to file for divorce." Now my spouse was already there, and they went through my paperwork. No, she didn't even go through my paperwork. She was like, "Do you have the settlement agreement paperwork. And I was like, no, because I had the one without the settlement because I printed out the entire packet, whatever. So she was like, yeah, go up to the library on the 4th floor. They'll help you get it printed. And so I went up to the library on the 4th floor. I think it was like 25 cents a page. Really cheap compared to Douglas County, because I think Douglas County was going to charge me $30. And I have their packet over there. That's why I'm looking. Oh, I'm lying. $15. So it was really cheap compared to that. Because I only needed a couple pages because I printed it out at everything else out at home. So I went up there. The girl was like super duper helpful, printed everything out, got it all filled out, went back downstairs. Once I went back downstairs, the girl, when I first went in there, the girl told me once I had everything together, go straight to the notary, which is all in this little divorce area. So I went to the notary, super duper cool. Like, everybody was so nice, and they made the process even better. Sorry, y'all. So they were super cool. They did you gotta have your ID, y'all. Bring your ID, because my spouse didn't think he needed his ID, and it almost irritated me. But I had to, like, let that go. But make sure y'all have, your ID. And the notary signed everything. I mean, it was quick. We was moving really quick, because there was a bunch of pages I had to get notarized. They did not charge me for this. I don't know if they were supposed to, but they didn't. Praise the Lord. So then once I got the packet completed with the notary, I went back to the clerk, or we went back to the clerk. Once we went back to the clerk, she just explained everything to us. She gave me a couple more documents that I had to fill out. One of those I had to go back and get notarized. So it's a lot of back and forth. But I went back, filled everything out. We went back, got the other documents notarized. And then, went back to the clerk again. So she was like, okay, let's go. She went through all the fees with me. So let me tell you about these fees. So the first fee is the actual divorce fee, which for some reason is not broken down on my receipt. Oh, yes, it is. So divorce with agreement is $214. Now, if you want to get the person served, I think it's an additional $50. If you don't have an agreement, I think that's an additional like $75. So it ends up adding up. I mean, this added up by itself. So the divorce with agreement is $214. And then you have to have a copy before you go to court. So you got to take this copy to court with you. So my copy was $11.50 because they charged 50 cents per pages, and I had 23 pages. And then they also charged me for using my card. So my total ended up being $233.39. So which wasn't bad. I was like, whatever I gotta do to get this done. So then once I paid all the fees to her, she told me to go back and have a seat. She was gonna get everything together, get a file number, and then she was gonna call me back up. So she called me back up, or me and my spouse, she called us back up, gave me the paperwork, had everything stapled for me. Then I had to go to I don't remember what this counter was called, but it was right next to the clerk. And that's where they put you on the calendar. So I was so surprised. I guess a lot of people was getting divorces because their dates was kind of far out. I needed something sooner. Because like I said, I'm about to close on my house soon. So I needed something like in the next month, but it's actually almost a month and a half away. Which is fine, because at least I have filed and I can show them that I filed. But they did explain to me that it's going to be on a Zoom link. They're not doing court just yet in the actual courthouse, but they're trying to slowly start back doing it. But it's going to be on a Zoom link, and I'm going to get the Zoom link. There's also a workshop I have to complete. If I don't get this completed, then I think I can't do the court date. They're going to reschedule it or something like that. But it's on YouTube, and then once you do it on YouTube, they send you a certificate, and then I think you have to turn that in on your court date, but don't quote me on that. Let me read it. Until further notice, there is no in-person classes for the family law workshop. This class is a stiff requirement for self-represented litigants and will need to be assessed through the following webpage, blah, blah, blah. From there, you click on YouTube, the YouTube link underneath the workshop. Once your video confirmation has been received. A certificate of attendance will be filed. Oh, so it's automatically going to be filed underneath my case balance. So that's perfect. I'm actually going to do that. I hope it's not long because I hate stuff like that. But, so yeah, that's it. They put me on the calendar. Now, because I am in the process of buying a house, they will let you do a name change. So if you took your spouse's name, they will let you do a name change for free. I took my spouse's name because he threw a fit when we got married, because I didn't want to take his name because I am the only one of my father's kids with his last name. So I always said I was going to keep his last name, although he has such a large family. But just on his end, you know, I wanted to keep his name. But my spouse threw a fit. I was going to hyphenate it. He was like, no. So I just ended up taking his whole name. But I did want to go back to my birth name or my maiden name. But the clerk told me not to do it since I'm in the process of getting this house. It could mess things up. So I'm just going to leave it for now. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get it done for free when I do get ready to change. It is going to cost me like $300 and something, which is fine. But yeah, other than that, they got me put on the calendar. So everything is not official, but it was great. My experience there was absolutely wonderful. They helped me throughout the way. So hopefully everyone's county is like that. I'm not going to throw no shots at Douglas County because I know it kind of sounded like I was throwing shots. But when I went to Douglas, they were helpful, and they ended up giving me the packet for free. But it was going to end up being, like I said, I think that's $15. It was going to end up being $15. But yeah, other than that, you know, my experience was really good. This was so easy, so simple. If you just read something I didn't want to do. And I also just want to say, you know, I'm not throwing any shots. I know it, well, I threw a couple shots here and there at my soon-to-be ex-spouse. But it's, you know, I know somebody's going to run back, tell them about my video. It's not like that at all. I'm like extremely happy. I'm in a really good place. And I just don't want it to seem like I'm bitter. I'm not bitter at all. So I hope this information helped you guys. And if y'all have any questions, comment below. I try to respond to all my comments like as soon as I see them. I think I've been doing really good about that. Trying to do a little bit better. So yeah, if y'all have any comments, questions, or concerns, comment below. I will update once I go to court. I'll do another video just telling y'all about my experience in court. But don't let nobody scare y'all. This divorce stuff was very simple. Don't think you have to go pay millions and millions of dollars for a lawyer, because I didn't. So yeah, thanks again for watching my video. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.